Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to Books My Quiet Friends. My name's Sidney, and today I'm here to bring you my favorite books of 2017. So this video is supposed to come out the last weekend of 2017, but life kind of happened. I had no voice and I could not film a damn thing. So here are the books that I gave 4.5 or 5 stars this year. There's quite a few, so bear with me. The first book, I don't yet own a physical copy, and that was Eleanor Park. It was my most recent 5-star read. I really loved this book. I thought that I wouldn't like Rainbow Rowell's writing and the contemporary aspect. My sister told me that she had really enjoyed it, and her and I sometimes don't have the same reading taste. So when I thought about picking it up, I wasn't really too sure what to think. But as I listened to the audiobook, I fell more and more in love with the characters, and it was just heart-wrenching. I loved it so much, and I still think about it day to day. The next series is one I binged, and that is the Shatter Me series by Tadah Mafi. Yes, I know that the series isn't wrapped up, but I was fine with the way it wrapped up here. Overall, as an average, I gave this series a 4.75, adding up and dividing and all that. I did some math for y'all. I gave this a 4.75. The first book I really enjoyed, the second book was okay for me, and the last book I completely loved. It's been so long since I sat down and read a book and was like mad at characters for not doing what I wanted them to do. So I don't know if anyone else just really enjoys that feeling, but I kind of do. When it totally takes you out of your element and you're not really sure where the story's going or how it's going to end. I love it. The next book I gave 5 out of 5 stars. And it was the only one that got 5 out of 5 stars from me, and that was The Titan's Curse by Riordan. This is my favorite book in the series, which I don't remember liking that much, but this blew me away. I loved where our characters went, how our characters grew, and I also loved that Riordan's writing style grew so much as the series continued. I really loved the Riordan Percy Jackson series overall. That being said, this is by far my favorite book, and I might just reread this book for schnicks. So because I'm late to the train and almost everyone said this was their favorite book of 2016, let me just reiterate and say this might be my favorite book of 2017. The Diviners by Libba Bray. This book took me out of such a big reading slump. I read it in probably 3 days, I think, give or take. It has a little something for everyone. There is mystery, there's fantasy, there's historical fiction. It's set in the 20s in New York. There's a little bit of something for everyone. This story follows Evie, who has a talent that she showcases at a party one night and then gets in trouble for doing so and shipped off to New York to live with her uncle. While she's there, she starts to realize that she's not the only one who might have these special abilities, and she puts these to work in helping solve a murder with her uncle, who works at a museum for the occult. I don't even know what else you could want in a book. This book is fantastic. It follows so many characters. I love them all. Memphis is by far, he's just so my heart, and then Sam and Jericho, and I love this book so much. I can't wait to see where this series goes. I finished the second book, on to the third book this month. I love it. In case that wasn't clear. The next series that I really enjoyed this year was the Saga series. I actually have the 4th volume somewhere, but I'm wondering if my boyfriend borrowed it to read it. But I gave these all 5 out of 5 stars. They are awesome, they're quick, they really hit hard, but they're also very adult. I've seen a lot of kids reading this and it makes me nervous. So if you are under the age of 18, maybe don't read these. Under the age of 16, maybe don't read these. I don't know. There's a lot of sex and violence, which is something I didn't know I needed in a graphic novel, but apparently I do, so can't wait to finish these up this coming year. The next 2 books that I really enjoyed this past year were Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secret of the Universe and Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Aristotle and Dante I first read on audiobook and then decided to pick up a physical copy after the story kind of left me haunted, in a good way. I promise, in a good way. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think the writing was amazing. I think that the author does such a great job of questioning things and making us really wonder about what societal pressures do to us as humans. I also plan on reading, what's it called? The Inexplicable Logic of Forever, I think is what it's called, by the same author, and I'm not going to try and say his name because I've already messed it up in a few videos. But this is beautiful and great, and it's the contemporary we all needed, but we didn't know we needed. This book is raved about by Book Utopia. And I see exactly why it is. Is it the most compelling, twist-filled mystery? No. Does it involve historical fiction and a girl who's not afraid to just, like, give it her all in a place where it's predominantly male-run? Yes. Yes, the romance is a little much, but I ended up changing my 4.5 rating for this book to a 5 out of 5 stars when I re-listened to the audiobook just so I could hear the narrator's voice and so I could like re-follow the story and the characters because I loved it that much. I bought a physical copy because it's beautiful and I can't not buy beautiful books. Don't worry, I bought it before I started my book buying ban. We're fine. It's fine, but like, look, like, maybe this is too much for some people, but like, look at that. It's just gruesome and dark and I love it. Another book I gave 5 out of 5 stars this past year was The Reader by Tracy Chee. I read this last January, I do believe, or sometime in the spring, and I thought I wasn't gonna like it because I got like a good, I don't know, 200 pages in and I was like, this book is garbage. Why am I reading this? I don't like it. The characters are boring. And then I finished the last half and I fell in love with everyone like that. And I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And the storyline just got so interesting and I couldn't pull myself away. I think I finished the last 200 pages in like an hour flat. I was just like binge reading it so fast. Yes, I know there's a second book out in the series. No, I can't afford to buy it right now. But I'm thinking I might wait for the whole series to be complete and then just do a massive read of the whole series. Tell me what you think if you've read the second book. Should I do that? Or should I like read them as they come out like a good fan? Let me know. And last, but probably not at all surprising, King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. I am a huge fan of the Red Queen series. Yes, I know, not a lot of us love it. That's fine. But I do. And that's okay too. So, this book was very interesting for me. Everything I remember about it is that it's kick-ass. Things go away I didn't want them to go. I cried at the end. Oh yeah, and I cried and laughed almost all the way through the book because Victoria Aveyard's writing style is like amazing. And I was never bored. That's not a lot. I got a lot of energy. A lot of trouble staying focused sometimes. So for me never to be bored in this book, that's amazing. I think I also read this in a day. So... And yes, before anyone asks, before Warstorm comes out, I'm doing a massive reread if anyone would like to join me. Probably in the month before it comes out, I'm thinking April. I'll binge read this whole series and then the novellas as well, in case anyone's interested in joining that. Whether it be your first time or your reread umpteenth time for this series, please join me. I'll try and remember that I said this in this video. I promise. So anyone who hated my least favorite books, here you go! Those are my favorite books of 2017! They were awesome. I love them. I had a really good reading year in 2017, and I hope that that transfers over into 2018. I'm already getting a lot of reading done in 2018, so I can't wait to see where that takes me. I hope you guys also had a great reading year and a great reading year to come, and we will see you in my next video. Bye! Let me have a sip of some coffee. Oh, I'm wearing lipstick! How do you girls do this? Coffee's cold.